A scene of devastation is what is left from the Syrian government's intense aerial bombardment and ground offensive in Idlib, the last stronghold of the Syrian opposition. Despite rounds of talks and shaky ceasefires, this push has triggered one of the largest waves of displacement in the 9-year conflict. Civilians leaving everything behind and heading north towards the Turkish border.
I've already been displaced twice. Maybe I will have to move again. I don't know what to say. The situation is very bad. We heard about the ceasefire but never witnessed it on the ground. Just displacement and suffering.
The UN says at least 520,000 Syrians have been displaced in the last 2 months alone. Many children are among them. It is not only the violence but also the biting winter cold that is making the situation worse in Idlib. For the latecomers, the conditions are basic. They struggle to keep their children warm.
Everything is gone. Where is my home? I built it 60 years ago. There's nothing left of it. Now we are living in tents that sheep wouldn't live in.
As the Syrian forces backed by Russia retake villages and towns, they are targeting civilians. According to the World Health Organization, at least 53 health facilities have been forced to suspend their services since the beginning of the year because of the fighting.
We serve around 150 camps by the border, 200 patients daily. We have limited resources and risk being bombarded by the regime at any time. May God help us serve our people.
Syrian government forces have been advancing inside Idlib, territory that was meant to be a de-escalation zone.
We won't go back unless the regime withdraws from our lands. We're asking the opposition forces to intervene and repel the Syrian army.
The Turkish government is accusing Damascus of forcing civilians to flee towards its border. There are already at least 3.5 million Syrian refugees in Turkey, which is why officials here say they want to stop another mass influx of Syrians entering the country. But there are now 700,000 civilians stuck right behind this border crossing on the Syrian side, looking for safety. Sinem Köseoğlu, Al Jazeera, Hatay, Turkey-Syria border.